Okay, that was fantastic. I would recommend Ninh Binh or the Mua Caves to anybody. The walk up, it's pretty easy. I think it's about 500 stairs. Some people say 1,000, but it was relatively easy, about 20 minutes. You get up there. Today we had fog, you didn't see much, but it still makes you feel alive. But on a clear day, it would be stunning. So put it on your list. Ninh Binh, I think it's up there with Hoi An. It's one of the better places in Vietnam.
All journeys have to start somewhere, and for ours we caught the train on a wet day from Hanoi. One way the train cost 178,000 dong or $11 Australian. One of the best surprises when travelling is you turn up to your accommodation, you booked it online, and it's absolutely perfect. We stayed at Tam Cock Sweet Home. It was a fantastic homestay, and when you walked up onto the rooftop, it had an absolutely awesome view of the casts. All for just $25 Australian, breakfast included. I've left a link in the description. The bike ride to the Mua Caves is an easy one. We rented the bikes from our homestay for 50,000 dong, and it was an easy 15 to 20 minute ride. You can follow the highway out there. It took me a little bit of getting used to, but don't forget you need to ride on the right hand side. Or you can take a nice shortcut through the rice fields. I'll leave a link in the description.
Well, I've just got to the entrance to the Mua Caves. It looks drizzly, but it's actually got a fair bit of rain in it. So we're going to do the 500 stairs up and see what it looks like. I don't think the view's going to be much today, but we're here for one day. Let's go have a look.
Before you start the 500 stair climb, you'll find at the bottom a small tiger cave with a very small display. If you're a bit daunted by the 500 stair climb, don't worry. There's multiple areas you can stop, have a rest, enjoy the view on the way up. The stairs themselves are a bit uneven. Some are quite large, but there are smaller steps in between. You just need to do a bit of a zigzag as you go up. There's a rail on the left-hand side. I hugged that, and that way you've got somewhere for hand support and also a seat if you want one on the way up. The walk up to both the Dragon and the Pagoda is relatively easy, but with that ease does come large crowds. I would recommend do it early in the day to avoid both the crowds and the heat.
So we've made it up to the hang to Pagoda. Next stage, we're going to go down, back up the left and to the Dragon. It's going to be a good walk. So it's a shocker of a day, but we've decided to do the trip. We've made it up the first section. So we're up here at the top of the Pagoda. From here, we're going to walk back down and head up the right-hand side, and that takes us up to the Dragon. But we won't be putting the drone up today because it's raining, it's wet, and it's probably not going to look at anything anyway.
It feels good after 10 weeks to finally get the drone back. Lesson learnt, don't fly it into a waterfall next time. If you're lucky on the way up or down, you might run into one of the local goats that inhabits the mountains. I think this might have been Lynn's highlight of the day.
I wonder if that would be copyright. You know that song? The Johnny O'Keefe one.
Yeah, no.
Hit the wrong note, Billy go. Why don't you do
Yeah, we were recording. We don't. Well, we can just play you now.
You hit the wrong note, Billy go. Hit the wrong note, Billy go. Hit the wrong note, Billy go. Why don't you do 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 do? You hit the wrong note, Billy go.
We knew our plans to see the Ninh Binh boats had been washed out. However, the Lotus Ponds, even in the rain, were spectacular, and they weren't even in bloom.
So I'm here at Hang Mua and I'm down at the Lotus Ponds, and if you're in a big group or even if you're just by yourself and you don't think you can make it to the top of the hill, it's a really good walk down here. You get a good visual of everything. The landscape is stunning and it's just something, it's still worth coming here, just a different point, a different aspect of looking at it, but it's really nice down here and you get a fantastic look back up there.
The rain got worse and our short time in Ninh Binh was over. But our heads are already planning of another trip, another time, where we might combine Ninh Binh, Sapa, and maybe a trip through Laos and Cambodia.